If you've double tracked guitar parts, one of the most common tricks you can use in mixing is panning the guitars hard left and hard right. This creates a wall of sound essentially, but the only problem with this is you lose the center information right down the middle of the stereo image, meaning that you have a really strong signal in terms of a stereo spectrum, but down the center of your mix you're going to lose a lot of the focus that you originally had. Now, one way you can bring this back in the mix is using parallel compression, but not just any ordinary parallel compression. We're talking about using a mono insert on a guitar bus send, for example. So I've got a guitar part here. Unfortunately, couldn't use the entire mix. I had to just use the stems for copyright reasons. But we've just got a bass EQ, a bit of saturation, and a compressor and some reverb here. So nothing too fancy. And I'll just give you a quick play. Now, as you can hear, they sound fantastic, pan really hard left and right, and they give you that wall of sound that you're after. However, you have lost the focus down the center of the stereo image. So what I'm going to load in here is just a 1176 style compressor. You can use any type of compressor. I'm doing this in Studio One, but you could do this in any other DAW, so there's no restriction. So I'm just going to put this onto an effects send, and it's going to quickly create an aux channel. And immediately what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hear how that sounds straight away. Now, there's been a massive increase in gain, and there's actually not any signal being fed directly into the compressor yet, as we can't see the meter moving. We can hear that there's been a big gain change, so I'm going to actually back off the output, but I'm going to increase the input, and let's hear how that sounds in context. Now, as you can hear, that's really centered the information that we were looking for before, which was lost when we hard panned these guitars. Now, I'm just going to speed up the release here, make it much quicker, and I'll keep the attack whereabout it is. I'm just going to put this on 4:1 because I don't want it to absolutely pump, but I might increase the input a little bit more, and let's see how that sounds. So as you can hear, I've adjusted the output there. There's been very little in gain difference, but the center information has been greatly enhanced. We've got a lot of focus down the center, and that's due to the parallel compression that we're using here. Now, what you can do is, in the context of an actual mix, is I would probably dial in this compression amount here. But this is just a really quick way, a 5-minute tip on how to enhance the focus down the center of a hard panned stereo guitar track.